Hey up, how do, and welcome to another episode of the Off the Bar podcast, where we chat shit about current footballing events, mainly the Premier League. We also argue constantly with one another, apparently, which is fun.
It's mainly me.
It's mainly you, yeah. We also throw a few games in there too to lighten the mood. This week we have a returning Leeds fan, Jamie, joining us. Whee.
I figured I might as well cheer you since I did cheer Chris's return.
Yeah,
So.
that's true.
Thank you. I feel so welcomed back.
Good. Welcome back. And I'm here with Jordon. No 15-minute rants today, please, mate.
No promises.
Well, yeah, I knew you'd say that. We might as well swing right into it. With what we usually start with, the Premier League games over the last week. A lot to go through. Kick things off with Liverpool Burnley. I mean, I don't know what's happening, to be honest. Right, we're still top of the league, but defense is shit. I mean, sorry, but it is.
Yeah, you were a bit shaky.
Not shit. I think that's a bit.
Yeah, I mean, you still did all right, and it was an expected win. But if you were against a better team than Burnley, you get punished more for.
Yeah, to be fair, the amount of chances they missed, like Fofana missed some not quite sitters, but
there were two main ones that really were sort of Fofana putting it wide when he was in, and the rebound shot. I don't remember who the player was. I know it was Fofana that gave the rebound, but
you know, I've just thought of, not to sort of lead into it instantly, but if Nicholas Jackson missed those, he'd be all over him, wouldn't he? Though
He probably would be, yeah. Like...
And he usually does.
He usually does, but like, was Fofana's still a Chelsea player, isn't it? But...
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
But isn't it?
He's not playing for us, so I'm not.
It's a good point. It's a good point.
Not playing for us, I don't care.
Not anymore.
Yeah, Burnley just didn't have the quality to compete with us, I guess.
Yeah,
they did have some.
They played well for Burnley, but the gulfing class between them and Liverpool is.
They could have got something out of the game.
Yeah, they could have. They definitely could. They definitely could, because we weren't on top.
There was just a lot of space in your defence. The positioning wasn't great.
Because Kanate was out, I think, because he got the red against Arsenal. Sort of.
Yeah, that really did mess you up.
It really did. And I love Cancer, but
no. What?
Hey, what? I don't know how to pronounce it. Okay, I'm not saying that.
I need to call him that. I know he didn't have a good game.
It was a slur. It was a.
And now you're calling him a slur.
It was a mistake. A slurring the speech, like
Can we start that again?
Do you want to move on now?
Should we just move on now?
Move on.
I love you, Kwanzaa. Okay. Kwanzaa, I say.
Are you sure?
Kwanzaa. Gerald Kwanzaa. Great player. Man City Everton. Someone else talk.
Man City Everton was pretty much as expected, really. It was Everton didn't do a whole lot, and Man City were just better. They didn't even really seem to try that hard. They never really got out of second gear.
James D'Costa was fantastic.
He lost though. So I think Haaland being back fully fit now gets his first goal in 77 days, commentator said, which obviously he was injured for a lot of.
For probably 76 of those days.
Yeah.
But he comes back, gets 2 goals again. Just a bit of a robot, really.
It helps that De Bruyne's back fully fit as well. And literally got an assist to Haaland today. So, well, not today, sorry.
I mean...
Time travel. It was today.
Time travel, that's a nice one. It's just the physicality of that man is probably you can't compete with it, to be honest.
There's not many players that have that same level of physicality in terms of being that strong and that fast and having the close control and being able to finish like that.
And that ability, yeah.
You know, usually even some of the best players in the world are missing something there. You know, like Harry Kane, I think is a better player overall, but in terms of the physicality, isn't that fast. He doesn't need to be fast, but he isn't that fast, right?
Or if not better with finishing.
Or like Mbappe is incredibly fast.
Yeah.
Not quite as physically strong. They're still relatively, but not quite. Haaland is just so... He's got such a strong physique. He runs fast. He looks... It's weird because he looks clunky and he looks messy.
He does when he's running.
But he just keeps going and he doesn't lose the ball. And yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, Everton are maybe struggling a little bit still, but I think, yeah, a fully fit De Bruyne and Haaland back in an incredible Man City team
Especially if Liverpool keep playing the way they do.
I know it's what there's 14 games left, and they still got players at Anfield. But I think I'm shitting myself for that game. I'll be honest.
Wouldn't everybody be?
Oh, honestly, it's a scary duo.
Man City just doing what they do every season basically, and now that's it. Now they're on their run, and I don't see them losing anytime soon.
They don't. They do it every season from like January, December. They just course.
Their next game is us.
Oh
yeah,
and I am
Saturday night.
Terrified.
That's Saturday night.
You know what? Last time we played them, we drew 4-4. So this time we're going to improve on that, and we're going to beat them 7-0.
If you could do that again, we just 7-4 fucking hell.
Nicola Jackson hat-trick.
Don't have the strikers to score 7.
They really don't. That's
Well, you say that we don't have the strikers to score 7, but Arsenal scored 6, and I wouldn't say there was any strikers scoring there.
You know what? You got a point.
Yeah.
Moving swiftly on. I mean, that was mainly down to West Ham falling apart.
Oh yeah,
completely.
Defensively they were
what the fuck happened.
shocking.
Yeah, like
it was what 4-0 at half time.
4-0
as well.
Yeah.
About 16,000 West Ham fans decided to leave before half time.
Wow.
That's
more fans than Man City get in their stadium.
I know,
that's in a full game.
That is actually quite an accurate number because I have been told that.
Oh man.
So
that's what's the capacity of London Stadium?
It's like 62,000. I think.
Yeah, it's like 60 something, but still, that's what
14,
a quarter of their fans left before half time. Probably more than a quarter because away fans. They probably get a couple thousand away fans in there.
Yeah,
it was.
I kind of feel like from this point on, because they haven't won in 5, or they've lost 5 in a row in the Prem.
They haven't won in 5, yeah.
Won in 5. But from this point on, the place in the table dictates otherwise. What I'm about to say, but from now, I think the fans are going to start being like, "Moyes, I hope something needs to change."
I mean,
stuff like that. I just because they've lost 5-0 to Fulham, they lost 6-0 to Arsenal.
It's slightly more acceptable to lose 6-0 to Arsenal than it is.
Well, but still, like 6-0.
So they haven't won in 5. 3 of those were draws, admittedly. But even still, not winning in 5 isn't great, and it's one of the worst forms in the league. Only Burnley and Sheffield, maybe. Even then, Sheffield have got a win. Bournemouth are in worse form, but there's not many teams in the league that are in worse form right now. They've dropped down to 8th, which obviously for West Ham is still a good position.
Yeah.
You know, and they're still in European competition as well. So I wouldn't say they're having a. Obviously, they started really strong and they're kind of falling off now. I wouldn't say that they're in trouble just yet, but they are falling apart a little bit.
And I just feel like if it continues, they're in serious danger. If they drop below 10th, I think the fans are going to start.
I mean, points wise, they're really not that far because it's Chelsea that are in 10th and we're only 2 points behind them. So
that's a good point. Yeah, that's
all it takes is one game.
You've crept back up the table. That's kind
of... I mean, you know, obviously 10th still isn't good, but there is only 2 points between us and Newcastle in 7th. So like we're improving at least a little bit, but West Ham are going the other way. Basically, West Ham started so strong, especially with like Jared Bowen firing and but they've just. I don't really know what's happened to them. They just
between 6th and 10th. That's quite I think that's quite even. It's kind of there's a decent battle going on there. Newcastle are involved in that, and they're not producing as good football as last season.
No,
mainly I don't know what that's down to. Maybe
there's some injuries. Something I've heard from like Newcastle fans is that they've started pushing up the field a lot more, which has left more space behind.
When we watched the highlights, you mentioned that Dan Burns' pace is just
getting rinsed all day.
Yeah,
even Morgan Gibbs White rinsed him at one point, and he's not a fast player. Quality, not fast.
Last season, Newcastle played quite they sat quite far back themselves, and then would counter well and would push forward when they
still press well though.
But then because they played like that and it went well, as happens with any team that ever plays well, the next season teams adapt. They've seen it, they know what to play against, and the top quality teams adapt themselves, right? And Newcastle haven't really done that. The way that they've tried to adapt is that they've started pushing forward more. But when you push forward more, you have to be smarter defensively, and they haven't been.
Yeah.
And especially with pushing forward, the lack of pace in Dan Burn and the centre backs as well. Who
Ben Botman's not a fast player either. Like
neither is Fabian Shaw really. They're both quality, but they're not fast. So they just get rinsed when it's on the counter attack.
To be fair to them, like I don't imagine it's particularly easy to play that way when you've got like so many of your midfielders missing. Like
true.
Guimaraes missed quite a bit through injury. Joelinton, I believe, is still injured. Obviously, Tonali's banned because betting. But like, I don't imagine it's easy to play that way when you've got half your midfield missing and you're playing Miley, who is quite good to be fair.
He's
to him.
alright.
Miley's a solid player.
I don't think he's still not used to the Premier League yet, and being just thrust in there, just the way it has been.
It feels harsh. It feels harsh to say they're doing badly considering
it does,
they're in seventh, right? And for Newcastle, if you'd have asked them 2 years ago, how do you feel about being in seventh? They'd be happy with that.
I think it's because of the money that they've got and what we've come to expect.
And because of how good they were last season as well. They were probably the best defence in the league, or at least up there last season, and now they've got...
They need to revert back to that style of play, and I think Howe needs to get back, because it's way more difficult to play against like a low block than it is.
But teams did start playing around that and learning how to play against that, and it kind of was shutting them down a bit. They had to, because you have to adapt, especially with the Premier League, such strong competition. You have to adapt, and it feels even worse saying all this when they did win. They won 3-2. It was a battle of a game, and they haven't been in good form. So it makes sense to.
I think the way they played last year, they could do that because of the physical players they had, the midfielders, and they had the pace on the counter attack. Almiron, he's like Wilson.
To be fair, they have had injuries in strike as well, like with Isak and Wilson a lot.
I don't think it's a shock that they managed to win when Bruno was given a bit more freedom to get into the box.
He scored two fantastic
goals. First one, fantastic. Like, it wasn't a worldie, but
the technique was
so difficult to get that perfect.
Yeah, absolutely. He definitely did well with that, and it was a really good ball into him as well. To be fair,
it was.
Yeah, I think Bruno being back fit has helped them a lot. But again, similar to West Ham, I wouldn't necessarily say they're in trouble, but it's not great. And obviously, there's some pressure on Eddie Howe because of it. I wouldn't say that they should give up on him yet.
No, definitely not. No.
But because obviously they're still growing and they're still coming into it, and they don't have the squad depth to deal with this realistically. But they're not the only ones who've had injury troubles, and other injury troubled teams have done better. So.
Yeah, speaking of injury troubled teams, Man United. They're kind of. I don't know what to think of United anymore.
Listen, Man United have always done this, and they're doing it at maybe a lower quality now than they have done in the past. But they've always done this. That it doesn't seem to matter whether they play well or not. They get wins. That's just what they do. Matters, they scrape out wins by the skin of their teeth and
individual quality, and just. Great, I guess,
I can't believe the individual quality in this game was Andre Onana.
What a game. I know, right? I know.
Unreal.
Andre Onana and Scott McTominay. What is going on?
It's a mess. Onana has been terrible all season, but he has started improving at least a little bit. And that game, he made 5 or 6 important saves. Aston Villa, for that game, to be honest, were all over Man United.
Mm-hmm.
And they just couldn't find the back of the net through maybe a little bit of lack of quality in the final third from Villa, but Onana making a lot of really impressive saves.
Yeah,
which is wild to think.
The goal they conceded was like a rebound.
Yeah, it was like quite scrappy.
Yeah, with a fantastic celebration, I might add.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure where it came from, and I don't think he did either because he kind of stood up afterwards and carried on.
Like, what? I feel Villa they've lost twice in the Premier League.
Yeah, they're not.
I mean, it was Newcastle.
They've dropped out of the top 4 now.
I mean,
they lost to us in the cup.
I never thought they'd actually keep up their form. Like, they were unreal. Like,
I'd have loved to seen it.
It would have been great. It would have been a similar, nowhere near as good, but a similar story to Leicester. But
yeah, I think it's fair to say they're probably out of the title race now. It's back to a 3-horse race. But they've still got a good shout at 4th. I think if they can
get Europe.
Yeah, if they can
between them and Tottenham, I'd rather Villa, obviously.
Yeah, always. Yeah, fuck Tottenham. But
fuck Tottenham.
And
absolutely.
I do like Aston Villa, and they play some nice football.
I love the way they play. It's great. I love Emery. I don't
what went wrong for him at Arsenal?
Arsenal did.
Arsenal. The expectation of Arsenal did. The fans got him out.
Yeah, Arsenal's expectations of being the best team in England when they haven't been since 2002 is shocking. Like,
I mean, to be fair, look at the way that Granit Xhaka played under him at Arsenal, and now look at what he's doing with Bayer Leverkusen.
I mean, some of that is down to Xabi Alonso, I will admit. But
Our next coach.
Well, he did. I mean, but
there's been shouts of Thomas Frank as your next coach.
Thomas Frank. I didn't think of that actually.
Brentford obviously have been a little bit underwhelming this season, but still solid. He's a good tactical manager.
I do like Thomas.
Seems like a good fit.
I do like. He's got a good personality as well. He's got good passion. I don't know. We'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens.
It would maybe be a bit too soon for Xabi Alonso. Like, yes, he's doing an incredible job at Bayer Leverkusen.
Yeah, we spoke about this in depth last week. Obviously, because the news had just broken. We said then that it would probably make the most sense as Xabi Alonso, but it is still very soon.
It would make the most sense, but would it yet? And with Thomas Frank again, I mean,
I think Thomas Frank's timing's better, but I think Xabi Alonso would be a better acquisition.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward, isn't it? But I was gonna say something, but it's left me now. So about Emery. Don't know.
Must have been really important.
Must have been. Yeah, it was a really good point. It was a really good point. I promise.
No, I believe it. You know what? You're so right.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You actually bang on.
Well, that's all right.
I mean, it's borderline, but I think you just get it over there.
Well, fuck you. Speaking of,
let's.
What?
I don't know.
You're right. Good segue. Good segue.
What's happening?
Segue.
Speaking of,
speaking of fuck you,
I saw Chelsea and I was like, speaking of, lad, your team, like.
Yeah, you saw Chelsea in the prep sheet. It was.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
I have moments.
So I actually the Chelsea game was we've obviously watched extensive highlights with the games and stuff, but the Chelsea game I watched through the whole thing.
As did I.
That first half was terrible.
I enjoyed it for a little
we just kind of passed it around the back for 30 minutes, really. Enzo Fernandez made like 7 or 8 attempted long balls, and we just had no one run onto him. It was like we just didn't want to play football. And then Crystal Palace scored an incredible goal. Declan Lerma from
gifted them that goal.
We did. But what
still
a finish.
An incredible strike, but
and then that kind of woke us up, and we were like, oh, maybe we should play football for a bit, and we did. Conor Gallagher gets 2 goals against a team that he basically broke onto the scene with. Enzo Fernandez with a very cocky but very wonderful goal. As he sat down the defender 2 or 3 times in a row. It was
the guy was just lying down. It was like, oh fuck it, just
it was beautiful. It wasn't one of our better performances overall, but win's a win.
Your midfield is finally coming into use, and not just being mannequins stood there.
Yeah, it's
the world's
still
most
not worth 250.
It's good.
And nowhere close, but
and as much as I still hate him with a passion, playing Nicholas Jackson out on the left is proving much more effective.
It's because he's nowhere near the goal.
Yes. Because Nicholas Jackson always has been a player who will just run with it. And
plays like a winger.
It's almost like he's been told to be less selfish with it, because he'll run with it for a bit and then he's always looking for the pass now. And that really helps him.
He's like a B-Tech Timo Werner.
I said this last week as well. I said it's like Timo Werner but without the drive. And
pace.
Yeah.
So you've given it a week of thought, and now you like him, right?
To be clear, he's still utter shit, but improving. So I'll take it.
Swiftly moving on from Nicholas Jackson, so he doesn't start again.
I'll take what positives I can. The only issue with us putting him out left really is Cole Palmer at striker. Basically, I'm not talking about him anymore. I'm talking about the best attacking midfielder in the league.
Kevin De Bruyne?
No.
Odegaard.
It's quite chilly in here today.
It's quite cold.
Having Cole Palmer as a false 9 is
all right. Sliding the cold Palmer. I know it's called that, but
having him as a false 9 is working to an extent, but it's not the best. And a fully fit Nkunku at strike with Palmer in behind or on the right is much more effective, I think.
And then Sterling.
Nkunku still isn't.
No, I mean, better. Who else you got?
Madueke. It's been really positive.
Has he?
Yeah, didn't he start against Palace?
Yeah, and he was one of the only positive players in the first half, but he was kind of getting shut down, so we took him off.
I mean, he was your only player that was actually making any runs. So
yeah, exactly. I really like Madueke actually. I think he's at the very least, seems to want to try. And he's really fast. And not many of our players want to try, it seems, in most of the games we play. But we are at least improving, I feel. Like you said earlier, we're moving up the table now.
Yeah.
It feels like we're... Towards the beginning of the season, we were playing some really nice football, but we just weren't being effective with the ball. Yeah. And it feels like we've scaled that back a little bit now and are focusing more on being effective with it. And it's still shaky, but it's...
You still needed time in this game.
Yeah.
Did you score all three in the second half, was it? Or did you score one in the first half?
I think it was 1-0 at half time.
Was it 1-0 at half time? I don't know.
It was either just before or just after half time.
I think it was just after half time.
For sure.
But it was... Sure, it was just before.
I'm pretty sure it was just after, because it went into half time at like 1-0 as well.
But either way, it did take us a while. It was just into the second half.
I mean, Poch slowly working his stuff. I don't know.
Maybe
if it's down to him.
I don't know,
it's
because
down to the players kind of.
Pochettino at Tottenham, and the reason he was loved so much at Tottenham is the way he had them playing. They were playing expansive football, but they were pressing a lot. They were always full energy.
They were very direct.
And it took us a long time to get into that game because we weren't being.
Mm-hmm.
And even once we started playing better, it was still kind of slow build up. We spent a lot of time in that game not being direct, not pressing, just sitting back, happy to just hold on to possession and do nothing with it. And that's not very Poch. But I think... I don't really know what's going on, but he did come into a very disjointed squad. He came into a squad of players, not a team.
That's what I was going to say.
And maybe he's just had to take longer to kind of narrow them down. Like I said, focus on the basics. I think maybe he came in and tried it, because towards the beginning of the season we were playing like that, just not well.
Yeah.
Right? So all I can see is maybe he came in, put his stamp on it. We did badly with his stamp, and he went,
Sometimes
I need to simplify this. Yeah.
I don't think he's got the players at Chelsea to play his style of football.
No.
We've seen a Poch team play way better than you're playing.
I think most Poch teams have played way better than we're playing.
Chelsea,
but most Chelsea teams have played better than we're playing. This is... I said last week, this is probably the worst Chelsea team I've seen in my lifetime.
It's all down to Jackson.
I'm not sure.
Sorry for mentioning his name again. Sorry.
Stop it. You triggered him.
He's like...
Can see the angle inside of his neck.
Yeah, so... My therapist told me to stop speaking like I'm only kidding, I can't afford a therapist. But anyway, the worst Chelsea team I've seen in a long time, but at least we're starting to improve. But it's sad seeing us, for me at least. I mean, I'm sure you guys are loving it.
I love it.
It's fantastic.
But for me, it's sad seeing us such a mess when we have been, for the last 20 years, one of the best teams in the league. We have on many occasions been the best team in the league.
On many occasions, yeah. Only in those 20 years, though. Before that,
definitely. Not in the past 5-6 years.
Not in the past 6
no, but in the past 5-6 years, City have been there. It's not mattered if we're there.
That's a good point. What would you say is the best Chelsea team you've ever seen then?
Well, I actually have some interesting opinions on that.
Oh, okay.
So it might be a good time to move on to the first other section we've got in this.
Yeah.
We're going to rank our top 5 Premier League sides of all time. So this is a certain season or period of time where a team. So we're not just saying, Manchester City as a whole are the best, or Manchester United. It's specifically Manchester City during a certain period, or Manchester United during a certain period, or Chelsea during a certain period.
Yeah.
So we've all done a top 5, I believe.
Top 5, indeed. Yeah.
We're meant to do a top 5.
You can go first.
You go first for that. Are we doing all 5? Or are we doing 5?
We'll do all 5 and then swap, but still go from 5th. So we'll do your list first, and then.
All right.
Okay.
Get it done.
So at number 5, I have
Leeds United squad.
No, because when they turned first to Premier League, we. So moving on.
Laughing point.
Okay, removes Chelsea 4-05 from 5th on the list.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Really? I mean, 04-05 team was. I mean, it's pretty. It was all right, I guess. Chelsea moving on. Fuck Chelsea.
I agree with that. Definitely.
4th, I've actually gone for the Liverpool 1920 team. I mean, they won the Premier League against a very good Man City
The covered
team.
Liverpool.
Covered the pool. Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Like, not much more you can say on them, really.
Yeah. The only bad thing about that whole season is not winning it in front of the fans, but
I mean, listen,
because
Leeds got promoted in that
demolished
COVID
that
season, so I don't care.
we demolished that season. It was great. Great viewing.
Third, I've gone the Invincibles.
Invincibles. Okay,
Listen, they were incredible. They've achieved something that no other team will ever achieve, or will probably never achieve. But I still don't think they're the best team to play in the Premier League. They drew so many games, like, it's just one of them.
Yeah.
Second, this is painful. Man United, treble-winning team.
Okay.
That hurts to say, but
it
was a very good team.
They just were, weren't they? Like,
yeah, I hate it.
Yeah, I do as well, don't worry.
And first, I've gone last season, the Man City treble-winning team. Like, they were just unbeatable everywhere.
Yep.
And player for player, I think is better than that Man U treble-winning team, apart from maybe Ronaldo. So that's my top five.
Apart from Ronaldo in the 98, 99.
Yeah,
I was about to say, that was wrong, mate.
I've definitely fucked that.
That was 10 years before.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was a bit of an awkward. You did so well. Until that point.
I'm not coming on this podcast.
I think that's a solid list. I've got some similar stuff, but in a different order.
I mean, I think all three of us will have most of those teams on there.
Yeah, if we don't, that's a bit of a violation.
It's just order, really.
I think you should go next.
I'm going next, yeah. Because it's similar. Fifth, I've gone for Liverpool 18 to 20. Because 18-19 season, we were in the Champions League, and that's when we got 99 points or 97 and still didn't win the fucking league.
Nice.
That was unreal. We were so good then. Fourth, I've gone Arsenal Invincibles, purely because as a team, like you said, they've got so many draws and just,
they've got to be on the list.
Just because they're going to hate this.
I know.
They've got to be on the list.
They're on the list.
Somewhere.
Just be happy they're on the list.
It could have been easy, but just Man City for the past 5
years. Could have,
yeah,
easily. But I think they deserve recognition for the fucking achievement that they did. Like I said, nobody's ever going to do that again. Third, I've gone for the Chelsea 04-05 because of it being Jose Mourinho's first season in. Lampard was unreal that season. They conceded 15 goals that season. I don't think we've seen.
That's the lowest.
Seen better, even close. I mean that good. And I could say the season after as well. That sort of period in Mourinho's career was elite.
Special one.
Yep. Second, I've gone for. I did write down Man City any of the last 6 seasons, but I'm going to go with last season for the treble winning because
second.
Yeah. Because of Man U's treble winning season. In 99. Because of the story of it in Fergie. And just the iconic players like Keane, Scholes, Neville, Irwin, Ronaldo, obviously, get him in there.
At the age of what, for like 15 of the time?
50, yeah. Probably not even. And it was a little bit of a jab at City because I think I don't like them, but I've kind of shot myself in the foot by putting United first. But like I say, I agree, but different order.
Yeah, I mean it's the same teams, but just different order.
Literally. I feel like you've gone really like left field.
The Chelsea bias is about to be unreal.
I know.
Look, there is obviously, as you said, most of the teams are going to go across both lists.
Most says
right.
Look,
I've got the United treble-winning team in 5th.
Okay.
I think obviously they did incredibly well, but I think they did incredibly well because just tactically they were solid, but they didn't have that much competition really that year compared to some of the others that have come, and they didn't hit the heights that some of the other teams did. For me, there is reasons for those other teams to be higher for me. I think.
Right. Are you talking like star quality?
Like they were no, because obviously they had a lot of solid players. It was like Schmeichel, Stan, like It was like some players you mentioned. Even it was an incredible team, and it was very well rounded. I just think there were certain elements of it that didn't hit the same kind of heights as some of the other teams that I've gone with ahead of them. Fourth place,
short list, mate. But
fourth place, I've got the Chelsea 4 or 5. 15 goals conceded in the season is
that's
unreal.
Lower than I thought you'd rank it, but
it's unreal.
Me too, but he's going to have another Chelsea team in there. Probably a Hazard one.
Probably you're going to keep me.
Third place. This is probably one of my less agreed with opinions across time, but having watched a lot of Chelsea, I think the 09-10 season was better than the 04-05 team. I think across the board we were incredible. It was I think obviously in the 04-05 season, like you said, Lampard was incredible. I think Lampard at his best was 2010. I think Didier Drogba at his best was 2010. I think Jim Terry at his best was 2010. Right. I think Petr Cech at his best was his whole career. But it was incredible then. Some of the players we had in that squad, we played 4-1-2-1-2 wide for most of that season. We had one defensive midfielder, which was Michael Essien, and sometimes his backup, John Obi Mikel. We had Ballack in the squad. We had
Malouda?
Florent Malouda and Joe Cole on the wings, peak of their powers again.
Joe Cole was elite that season.
Didier Drogba and Nicolas Anelka up front for us throughout the season. Drogba got 29 goals and 13 assists. We're getting top scorer. Lampard got 22 goals, 15 assists. Like it was peak powers Chelsea, and the fact that we
was it the special one or was it
2010 was Carlo Ancelotti.
Yeah, I thought it was.
In probably the only good season he ever had in the Premier League, really.
To be fair,
but
I mean, he did manage Everton,
and also it was against another very very strong Man United team, and an Arsenal team that were pushing. Even like it was.
We did all right. Still, that was maybe the season.
Obviously, there's some bias there being a Chelsea fan, and I watched a lot of that season, and that was I when I was quite young, I really didn't like football. And then once I started getting into football was probably it was around 2007, I'd say.
Right. Okay, so there is that.
I started spotting Chelsea pretty much straight away from there. The 09-10 season was what really gave me that passion and made me fall in love with Chelsea, and I'm never going to lose that feeling because of how good we were then. So
sentimental value then with that one.
It's close between two. I've got Arsenal Invincibles in second. I think that, like I said, it probably will never get beaten that record. And they actually went in the end 49 games unbeaten in total. And incredible achievement, great team. 12 draws kind of softens it a little bit for me, and they were incredible, but that puts them slightly below. And first place, I again couldn't go with it. It was hard to go with a specific season, but Man City since basically 2018 have been absolutely unreal. They've had the Centurion season. They had the season where they beat you out with 97 points. They had a treble winning season. For me, actually, the best I've seen them play wasn't last season, the treble winning season. It was season before. I think they were even better. They were unlucky to. I mean, realistically, we were very lucky to beat them in the Champions League final when we played them. And they were incredible throughout everything that whole time. They were unlucky not to win the treble, and I think they were a better team then.
Yeah, I just think the last season ranks above them because they won the Champions League.
Yeah, I get what you mean, and I think if you ask which season did Man City have a better season, you'd say last season. But which season were Man City better? I would say the season before. That's how I'd put it.
It's close.
Yeah,
I think.
I do feel somewhat bad for not putting a Liverpool team on there because I think
I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that.
I think I was struggling a lot because of the ones that I've got on there, but I think
only 4 stand out, but I don't think 3 of them are close to those. I think treble winning in 0001 season when the UEFA Cup, and
I mean, realistically, the only Liverpool team I considered is a recent one, and not even your COVID winning season, the season where you finished second. I think you were better that season.
Oh, that one, 18-19.
Yeah, I think you were better that season than you were when you actually won it. You were just unlucky not to win it because of how good City. Yeah, of course, but
that was just Suarez. And 8-9, I think we were okay. Again, they don't come close to, but the only one that stands out to me out of coming close to those is the one you said there.
Yeah, and I felt bad not including them on there, but those 5 teams for me were better. That's kind of
basically. Yeah, fair enough. Well,
but yeah, obviously putting United quite low there, but I just think the others were just better overall, and also I'm more than happy to have United low on the list because I fucking hate them. So I really don't feel that bad for them. I feel more bad for not having Liverpool on the list at all than I do for having them like that.
There's a lot of shade happening towards Arsenal and Man U right now. Shade, but
look, I don't think the Arsenal is as much shade as it is just
fact.
kind of them not being as exciting as the other teams.
Yeah.
The shade towards Man United, absolutely. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
But they deserve it.
It's deserved, yeah.
100%.
100%.
Yeah.
No love here for them.
But we all agree on that. Good.
You know what? I thought you'd be more controversial with that one.
I thought you'd hate my opinions on it more. Mainly the 09-10 season. I know. I get.
I have sentimental value with it.
I have a lot of conversations about that because obviously, like, again, in terms of it's similar. You know how I said about Man City? I think they were better the season before the treble, but you'd say they had a better season then. I think it's kind of like that with the Chelsea teams for me. And obviously, if we had to go individual seasons, the top 5 is probably all Man City. But
probably.
I know I've put Chelsea on there twice, but that's because I feel like putting 6 straight years of City makes sense because it's the same era, right? I think the 05 Chelsea team and the 2010 Chelsea team were 2 very different Chelsea teams. So I struggled to not. I couldn't put them together, and I didn't feel right not putting them both on the list.
My only quarrel is not having that Liverpool side in there, but it's yours.
It's what it is. I was tempted to put them in ahead of the United team because
that would
I mean, I hate them, but I can't go that far. Okay, I'm not gonna completely not put a player on the list just because I don't like them. I'm not Chris, who didn't have Mbappe in his top 10 list because he doesn't like him. By the way,
nice.
It's not even him, man. You're still arguing with him.
And another thing about Nicholas Jackson.
Yeah,
I mean, at least we didn't disagree too much there.
We might disagree on something. Apparently, you've got a controversial opinion for us, though.
Yes. For the what the fuck are you on about? I brought mine in today, and I think you might find this interesting.
Oh God.
I hope
Here we go.
All right. I've written a paragraph so I can back it up immediately.
Oh.
Okay, so let me finish. I've come prepped.
Give it.
Right?
I know.
I think that all 3 players in the Real Madrid midfield that is often touted as one of the best of all time, Modric, Casemiro, Kroos, are overrated. I think they all played with a very good team around them, covered by Ramos and Pepe at the back, who in their prime were unreal, and they glued well together because they covered each other's weaknesses and played well like that. But individually, I think they're all overrated. Casemiro is clever, but he's sluggish, he's slow, his passing is boring at best and shaky at worst, and he's shown that by going to Man United and having 1 good season and then doing nothing for the rest of it. Luka Modric has a crazy good trivela and makes some good passes. Most of his passes are made to look better by having some of the most incredible players in front of him running onto them, with like Ronaldo. And I really don't rate Benzema as a player overall that much, but he makes a lot of very smart runs, which helps Modric's case.
Another controversial opinion. Benzema ain't going right.
And Toni Kroos, I genuinely can't think of anything he excels at. He's just kind of there and plays. He's consistent. You know, he doesn't. I don't think he's bad. And to be clear, I don't think any of these players are bad. I think they're all very good, but they're overrated. And putting them as a midfield in the same conversation as the likes of Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, or you know the Liverpool midfield at your peak, or any of the other Premier League winning midfields over time, or even other Real Madrid midfields have been stronger in the past. I think
De Bruyne,
they're overrated.
Silva,
I think they're overrated.
Just to be clear, what Liverpool midfield are you putting ahead of them? You said at their peak, but what 3 are you putting ahead of them?
Who's your midfield in the because your whole team in that 18-19 season.
Xabi Alonso, Mascherano, Gerrard.
I wasn't even on about that one. Gerrard. That's still a better trio.
It's definitely a better trio. I don't know, I said Gerrard, like he was
Gerrard.
Stephen Gerrard.
I mean, so is this okay? Let me just process this. Is this them as a trio or individually? Because you mentioned both.
Look, I think it's a little bit of both because when you have to take both into account when you're talking about the the trio and stuff. I think
they're way stronger as a trio than
but that's because I feel like a lot of the time they will cover for each other's mistakes. So, for example,
well, that's
Casemiro.
What makes a good midfield, though.
That's what makes good tactics. Carlo Ancelotti gives them that.
It was Zidane for most of that time.
Zidane gives also an incredible manager. Like I don't think that. Again, I think they're good, but you don't have to be that. You're going to look better as a CDM if you've got Ramos and Pepe behind you, right? You're going to look better as someone like Casemiro making shaky passes.
I mean, Casemiro has gone from Pepe and Ramos to Maguire and Varane. I mean, France. Okay, but
yeah,
Maguire
and look at how bad he's looked since then.
Yeah,
I think Modric is the best of the three, but Modric.
But it's such a drop off as
well. But I don't.
He can't cover three players' positions.
I don't think that Modric should have won the Ballon d'Or.
Oh, definitely, I agree with that.
Yeah,
I don't think he's been close, and I think that one that comes to mind with Modric, when we lost them in the Champions League, not last year, before I think it was, and Modric played the Trivela over the top, and Benzema scored it, right? I think that was more about it was a very good pass, but it was more about Benzema's positioning. And at least half
vision and
at least half of his and Cruz's passes basically just get played into the box because they know that Benzema and Ronaldo are there. They're good passes, but every time someone talks about the likes of Luka Modric, the amount of times I hear him get brought up in conversations of the best midfielder of the generation, and I just don't think he's close.
I wouldn't say that. I think.
Again, I'm not saying that.
I lean more towards them as a trio being amazing. Probably not as good as Xavi, Iniesta, Busquets, but
I don't think the opinion's that off. Like,
I mean, that's good for me to hear.
I don't have too much to disagree about it,
which is great for him, but awful for this section, which is like
but that's fine because it means that you agree with me, so I'm okay with it.
Oh, shock! You're happy with being right? Like what? But like,
I don't know. I'll agree with Cruz being touted as one of the best because
I just he plays consistently and he's decent, he's smart and he's got good positioning, but I can't think of anything he's incredible at. Like as individual things, you know, like when we're talking about like why Gerrard is one of the best of all time, right? You go, well, what was he good at? And you go,
everything.
He could shoot from range. He was
falling over,
semi-smart defensively at least. He had a great pass on him. He played with passion. He was always driving. He was strong.
Are you trying to say Cruz does not have a great pass?
He's got a decent pass.
He's got a pretty good pass.
Okay, but compared to a lot of the players that he gets compared with,
I like obviously. I want to compare this to the Busquets, Xavi, Iniesta.
It's not even true.
No, it's not. Even
no, but that does get compared a lot.
I know, but hear me out. It's like Xavi played the game because he wasn't like physically good. He wasn't fast. He wasn't strong. He could ping a fucking pass and he was good, but he played with his brain. That's what Cruz does.
Yes, but Cruz's intelligence and the way that Cruz and Xavi both did a similar thing in terms of they would control the pace of the game.
Yeah.
The way that Cruz would do that is he would slow it down and give it to someone else. Xavi would always keep the ball moving.
But is that not down to the way they played or instead of how that is as a player?
No, because the rest of Real Madrid played so positively through all of that period.
But like Xavi had the sort of. It was in the midst of the tiki taka era, and he like encouraged to do that sort of that passing play. Cruz, Real Madrid played counter attacking most of the time under Zidane, and like that sort of energy and explosiveness.
But the reason that Barcelona were able to play that kind of tiki taka is because of the players they had in the team, as evident by the fact that they've tried playing that since, and look at how they're playing now.
Yeah.
Like obviously they're still doing well, but they're a shadow of what.
Yeah, I'm not comparing Cruz to Xavi, by the way, because Xavi's way better, but. I just want to make that sort of.
I think they get touted so often as like a generational midfield
because they won 4 UCLs actually, didn't they? 4, 6.
Yeah, might even be 5. Right? They won a lot in a row, and again they were very good, but not as good as I think people made them out to be. And I think they were surrounded with players who, at the time, were quite often the best in their position in the world.
Yeah,
and. Also a Real Madrid team that had keep Cristiano Ronaldo in it.
And Zidane leading it, and
Like-
Ramos, and that's what. Yeah,
I mean, it's not that controversial. They're definitely put further up in people's opinions because of how much they won. Like,
yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
titles and everything mean so much more to anybody than stats.
yeah, of course.
I mean, it's part of the reason that, sorry, but the likes of Gerrard are not considered close to that top English midfielder debate to a lot of people because he doesn't have as many.
A lot of people's argument for Gerrard
rough.
being there as a trophy.
It is rough, but
Like-
this is the completely other topic. But people still say that Kane's the best striker, and he has won jack shit. So it's like
He's about
I mean, Leverkusen top of the league, but
he'll win something in Germany.
yeah,
I don't think he will.
Kind of
Oh,
give
not
the
this
leaders.
season.
It'd be funny, wouldn't it? But that's
I mean,
that's the only point that I
Pokal?
have the argument against. I have that.
Yeah,
I think they get
People
knocked out
say-
of that as well.
I'm not sure.
They did, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
And they just lost like 3-0 to Leverkusen.
Yeah. Come on, Leverkusen.
I think Harry Kane might just be cursed.
I
Maybe.
think he is. I think he is.
He
Yeah.
won the Audi Cup.
I don't know what kind of weird juju.
2018
got him,
Audi
but-
Cup. Go on. Derek Dyer. That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's true.
As soon as Dyer went, they started playing shit. It was in
Dyer
Tottenham
in his
the whole time.
top tier German accent.
Oh god. Rough.
Well, yeah.
Okay, so I'll agree with it, but there are some big things in there. I had to defend them. A little bit.
Yeah, of course. And I see why the argument's there, but I think off the top of my head, there's 4 or 5 better midfields than them in my lifetime, and if I spent more time looking into it, I could probably name more than that.
Yeah.
And make
Yeah,
arguments
probably.
for more of them.
Yeah.
As a trio, they had good synergy, and they had a
Yeah.
really good team around them with fantastic tactics implemented.
I will say that there's not many trios that are that sort of
They knew
good
how
together.
each other.
Exactly.
I think-
you said they covered each other.
But I think for a midfield to have such good synergy, it's got to play at least a decently large part in the tactics that they play. I think the manager has to play a decent part in that because you can put 3 fantastic midfielders in the middle of the pitch. That doesn't mean they'll play well together if the manager isn't showing them how to play. Like you said, with the tiki-taka football of back then, they were able to do that because of the players they had, but then also like some of the managers that they had during that time and the tactics they had them playing also massively impacted that.
I do think Busquets is underrated as well
Massively.
in terms of that trio
Massively
because Xavi
underrated.
Nesta always they're the best, they're elite, they are. But Busquets was sort of like set aside, I think.
100%. I mean, it's understandable
So
because
good.
when you've got Xavi and Iniesta in front of you,
Yeah.
you're
Who
just going
dictate
to
play,
look
I think
like
Busquets' intelligence was much higher than all 3 of those. Real
what he did on
There's
the
a-
ball though as well.
There's
The way he dribbles with it.
a famous quote. I can't remember who said it, but I really can't remember who said it. I think it might have been Pep, to be fair. That when you watch a Barcelona game, you do not see Busquets. But when you watch Busquets play, you see the game.
Yeah. Someone said that about Rice recently.
What a comparison.
There's honestly, as hands down, somebody said
Whoever
that.
said that is very wrong right
Somebody
now.
said it about Rice.
However,
About being good.
He scored a banger though.
he did score a banger,
Yeah.
but
Against his former club. That's a bit awkward.
still, whoever said that quote is very right.
Yeah, I'll agree with that. That's yeah.
Right. Shall we move on then, since you relatively agreed with me there, which I'll take.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect it. But
Yeah, unpopular opinion.
I'm just good at them, I guess. I don't know.
No, because the
I'm
point
just
is
skilled.
that it's meant to be.
I know a lot of people would disagree with me, but
yeah,
they're wrong. It's fine. The next section we've got on today it's something I've seen in other places, and rather than us ranking a top 10 between us or ranking a top 10 each and going against each other's, just to kind of shake things up a little bit, we're going to do something I've seen referred to as a reverse tenable, but essentially to explain what that means, all 3 of us have a top 10 list. None of us know what each other's top 10 list is. We're going to go through the players or teams or whatever we've come up with, and the other 2 have to guess what that top 10 is. So, for example, if it was top 10 goal scorers in the Premier League right now, you'd go through the list and you'd say, blah, 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 Mohamed Salah in second, Erling Haaland at first, and then we'd all have to guess, most XG, most assist, and then when we say top goal scorers, you win. Realistically, if you don't say top goal scorers there, you'd be stupid. So I can't imagine anyone's gone for top scorers in the Premier League, and hopefully we've all gone for more interesting ones than that. But that's kind of the basis behind it.
Yeah. hopefully it's quite simple and understandable.
Yeah, I think it should
as
be
we go
understandable
into it,
once
it
we
should
start
be,
going.
yeah.
I think we need to make sure we go from 10 upwards as well
10
for the
upwards,
more
100%.
interest.
I mean, obvious, come on.
Well, depends what list it is.
Who'll go first?
Start that side since I started.
Yeah,
top
go for
five.
it, that's good,
Yeah, fair enough. Okay. So.
Nice.
Oh no.
We're back. Sorry about that. Jordan destroyed the camera.
I might have moved my laptop to look at the list and dropped the camera, so the angle's probably different now, which is
fun.
Great. I'm super excited about that and everything. Anyway,
yeah. Wait.
So let's carry on.
Pick it back up.
So I'll start with my top 10 list. So in 10th place is Hatton Ben Arthur.
What a player.
Top 10 ballers streak.
In-
Never forget.
Yes.
In 9th place, Antonio Rudiger.
Rudiger. Okay, he's not a baller. But...
In 8th place, Thierry Henry. In 7th place, Phil Jones.
Okay, what the fuck is Phil Jones?
In 6th place, Zlatan Ibrahimovic.
Totally.
What?
Totally.
In 5th place, Darwin Núñez.
Hey, he's made it, my guy.
In 4th place, David Luiz.
Huh?
In 3rd place, Lionel Messi.
In 3rd. Okay.
In 2nd place, Eden Hazard.
Right.
And in 1st place, Ronaldinho.
Fucking what player.
Something to do with free kick goals, I've got a feeling.
I was thinking that, but Phil Jones.
You never know.
I do. I think I fucking do.
So, Hatton Ben Arthur, Antonio Rudiger, Thierry Henry, Phil Jones, Zlatan Ibrahimovic, Darwin Núñez, David Luiz, Lionel Messi, Eden Hazard, Ronaldinho. Also, I was absolutely going to do Ballers the Streets Won't Forget as a category. I knew as soon as I said Hatton Ben Arthur or someone like it, or I just rapped, I knew for a fact that you'd get it immediately.
Literally
Too easy.
Actually.
Yeah, exactly. It would have been a pointless list.
I think it's got to be something similar to that. Because players like Zlatan, he's a bit of a baller. He kind of is.
Fucking Phil Jones.
Yeah, maybe not. He's not really a baller, is he? David Luiz as well. What? David Luiz? Where's he?
I don't even
4.
know if he plays anymore.
4.
Núñez is up there. Chaotic players? Something like that? Because Zlatan. Luiz is a bit of a nutter. Phil Jones. Ben Arthur.
Maybe. Unhinged players?
Unhinged players? Is it?
With Lionel Messi in 3rd.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Shit, yeah.
Who's in first and second?
Hazard 2nd, Ronaldinho 1st.
Okay. It's not that. Then.
You're on the right kind of lines.
Right.
I'll say that.
Oh. I feel like I had it, but I didn't. Watching this up, this is probably so frustrating.
Is it players that have just done something like fucked up?
No.
Like
Like
Hazard kicked a
Balotelli.
fucking ball.
Balotelli would have been on there,
True,
surely.
fair point.
Adam Johnson in 1st.
True.
Mason Greenwood.
Yeah, there's a few
Yeah, maybe not.
somewhat
Ryan
legal
Giggs,
related
Ryan
reasons. There's a few somewhat maybe legal related reasons I haven't done that.
Yeah.
It's Marco Martin. Might
Um.
have to cut that bit out.
Yeah, maybe.
So, I want to say like fascinating players to watch or something like that because they are a bit like Zlatan, Messi, fascinating.
Yeah.
Hazard, Ronaldinho.
I mean,
For most fascinating player to watch, kind of.
I don't have to give you that. I think
Maybe, or is it on the long? Like, okay,
it's
interesting
most
players.
entertaining players.
Most
Most
entertaining
entertaining
players.
players. Let's go.
Yeah. Obviously it's
Okay.
opinion based, but for me that's the most entertaining player that
What was
I've
the list
watched.
again?
Hatton Ben Arthur in 10th.
Who'd you go down?
So there's differences in why these players were entertaining,
Yeah,
obviously.
yeah.
With like Hatton Ben Arthur,
Baller.
incredible skills.
Yeah.
Antonio Rudiger, first of all, would just bully anyone and be
Yeah.
aggressive, and then sometimes he'd get the ball and just sprint up the pitch. He was so much fun to watch, and because he was good at it as well as a Chelsea fan, it was great. Thierry Henry, so silky. Every time he touched the ball, he knew he was going to do
He
something
was
good.
great to watch.
Phil Jones, because he's Phil Jones.
Yeah.
He's fucking funny.
He's got
I
a
almost had Harry Maguire on the list for the same kind of reason. Zlatan in 6th. More down to off field really than on it, but even still on the pitch, he was a baller. He'd scored some cracking goals.
That he'd do on pitch, he'd start
and
shit.
No one loves Zlatan more than Zlatan, and I love that energy, and he backed it up.
I can see why you put Nunes in here now.
No, and Nunes is so much fun to watch because
chaos ball.
You never know what's going to happen next. You know, is he going to bang it top bins? Is he going to sky it from 2 yards? Who knows?
Yes.
David Luiz, because what a shit house he was. Diego Costa also almost made an appearance on this list.
What is David Luiz when he dived?
Yeah, he dived in the corner and then got a free kick and then looked up at the fans and smiled.
Bastard, shit.
I lived for it. Lionel Messi can do what no other player can.
Yeah.
Eden Hazard, especially as a Chelsea fan, technical wise was just unreal with the ball, and Ronaldinho. The skills, the techers, the ability, he had all of it, and I'm a little bit upset I didn't have the reasoning I had behind David Luiz and Nunes and stuff in that top 3, but I just couldn't put anyone ahead of any of those 3 players for it. So it's more of an opinion based one, but
yeah.
Fair enough.
Right, is it me next, or do you want
to go? I mean, if we're going in order,
we'll go in order.
It would make sense for you to go next, wouldn't it?
It would. It's all right, I've been trying to be polite. So, start off with number 10, Ryan Giggs.
Have you done the list that we said I was going to do?
Maybe. Number 9, Ronaldo.
It's the most overrated players in Premier League history.
I'll agree with Giggs, but not with Ronaldo. 8, 7, 6, and 5 are all tied. Right.
Okay.
PK, Iniesta, Maxwell, Busquets.
Okay.
Yeah, you got those?
I think I might know it, but I'm going to let you finish the list.
Yeah. 4th, Hossam Ashour. I don't know if I'm butchering that.
And I'm lost again now.
Mm-hmm. You're right, okay. 3rd, Hossam Hassan. Yeah. You got it?
Uh-huh.
2nd, Dani Alves. 1st, Messi.
Okay, so what I was thinking was most Champions League appearances. And then you said those 2 games I've never heard
Do
of.
what you can with that, boys.
League winners? League winning title?
No.
I know, I was going to say most trophy wins, but there's no Marcelo, so it can't be.
I mean, he hasn't really won all since he left Madrid.
No, but I mean, of all time. I'm pretty sure Marcelo won 41 trophies or something like that. It's crazy. It's not that, right? Is it most trophy wins?
It's that.
Marcelo not up there?
Nope.
I mean...
This was of January 4th this year, so...
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. Okay, interesting. I could have thought
I've got the numbers.
What gave me that idea wasn't even most of those players at the bottom. It was when he said Dani Alves in 2nd.
Yeah.
Because I know for a while he held the record for the most.
Yeah. He's tied with Messi on 44. Yeah. Hossam Hassan 41. Hossam Ashour 39. I think they play. I don't know which league they play in. Busquets, Maxwell, and Iniesta, Piqué, obviously. Huh?
Don't guess.
I'm not gonna guess. Ronaldo 35. Giggs 34.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I mean,
you nearly got there with the league.
I just had a feeling those 2 Hashams.
Hossam Ashour.
Yeah, both of them.
Yeah.
It didn't throw me off because I mean, if they play for one of the top teams in whatever league.
Careful what you say there.
In their respective leagues.
Leagues. That's good.
Then they're gonna get loads of titles, and trophies.
Yeah.
So quite easy.
So yeah, that was
good.
That was
Right. I guess that leaves
my
list now.
logic.
This is quite an interesting list. So I start off with the best English striker in the world right now, Patrick Bamford.
I was wondering where you were going for that. I was like, is he being serious? Is he not?
Then I go to a Welshman, Jordon.
Joe Jordon.
Do
you know who he is? Because I have no idea.
Then I go to Luis Fabinho, Brazilian.
Fabinho?
Luis
CDM?
Fabinho.
Luis.
No.
Okay. His leaves connected, I think. But
so then I go to Sergio Aguero.
Never mind.
Very least related.
Very related.
I was thinking so far because I didn't know who those other 2 was. I was like, is it top 10 goal scorers in the Championship? But I don't think Sergio Aguero scored in the Championship this season.
No.
Championship this season? Aguero?
That's my point. Did you listen to the rest of my sentence?
I did, but you confused
Obviously,
me.
he
You lost me halfway
obviously he
through.
hasn't
You
scored
lost me
the
halfway
championship
through.
this
I don't
season.
even know who Jordon is.
So then I go to the man who loves toes, Paul Scholes.
Okay, what?
I love that that's what he's remembered by now.
Yep. Then I go to just a great Spanish striker, Raul.
Oh, I might. Oh, okay, I'm getting ideas. Go on.
Then I go to the GOAT, Lionel Messi.
Okay. I've lost you again. Fuck.
Then I go to a former teammate of Messi's. A current teammate of Messi's actually now, Luis Suarez.
Current? Is he in
He's at Inter Miami.
Is he?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I thought he was at Gremio still.
No.
He went
Fair.
to City.
Then I go to Thierry Henry.
Huh?
Okay.
And then Diego Maradona.
Okay, I was about to say something really. Wait then. Must.
No, it's not.
I'm thinking maybe injuries. Bamford's injured so much. I'm thinking most injuries or suspensions
No.
are cumulative. No.
No.
Okay.
I'll be honest, I don't know
close at
who
all?
Joe Jordan or Luis Fabinho is either.
Am I close at all?
No.
Okay. Great. This might be taking.
I just don't know those two, but I know they've done what they've
Most
done.
left-footed goals in history?
It's not a bad shout though. That.
Because I know they're not all left-footed, but the ones that aren't that I know.
I mean, you think
are
Patrick
relatively...
Bamford is on a top 10 list of people who've scored the most left-footed goals in history.
Leeds fans definitely
And
think so.
Ian Robben isn't.
Ian Robben.
I don't know how Bamford's on the same list as Messi in any conversation.
I'll be honest.
Most
Bamford probably shouldn't be on this list. I just kind of forced him in there because it was a recent thing.
Okay, it's a recent thing.
best
What have you heard about
volleys
Bamford?
of all time.
No, but that was fucking incredible.
And also
Most
like not having
hat-tricks?
Zidane on there would be
Most hat tricks?
No.
Most braces?
Again, Bamford. Oh, yeah,
Most
Bamford.
braces?
best hat
Joe
tricks.
Jordan.
Best
No.
I don't know who that is.
Nothing to do with goals.
Who was the top three?
Yeah,
again?
it is a little bit to do with goals actually. Sorry.
Get mine up.
Highest
Top
expected
three.
goals.
Top 3. Suarez 3.
Yeah.
Henry 2.
Yeah.
Maradona 1.
Suarez, Henry, Maradona. What the fuck do those have in common? Apart from being really good. What's yellow cards?
Nope.
Is this a factual list?
Or is it an opinionated? It's an opinionated list.
Quite
Okay.
opinionated.
Okay.
A few of them are like
What?
factual.
They're based on facts, but
Yeah.
it's opinion.
Like
Okay.
if you asked somebody what the number 1 on my list would be, it would clearly be Maradona.
Biggest cheating bastards in history.
Close.
Your favourite players of all time?
Fucking Bamford is not on that list.
Most what? Most controversial moments in a game?
Again, you're not that far off it.
But what's on Henry done? Have I missed something there? I know Suarez
You
touched
don't know.
tons, but no.
Well, it'll
you
become
go-
clear when
Yeah, go for
you find out the list. But
I'm very lost,
So am I.
even with being close.
Yeah.
Irish fans will understand why Thierry
Irish
Henry is on this list.
Oh, the worst handballs of all time.
Oh,
There you go.
fuck!
I forgot about that. I totally
Fuck
forgot
off.
about Thierry Henry's
Fuck
handball.
off!
go.
Yeah.
Admittedly, the first thing I thought of with Maradona was his handball, but
Yeah.
I didn't think about that with
I
the rest of
didn't
the
either.
players.
Yeah. What the fuck? Suarez
So
with the
Bamford's got for Leeds' first goal at the weekend was a handball, literally just.
And
Still count.
Luis Suarez when he made a diving save
Against
against Ghana. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, fair enough.
Who were the rest of those?
I'll be honest. I don't know who Joe Jordan is.
Yeah.
I had to do a bit of extra research just to make up numbers.
Right.
Fair.
Don't know who Luis Fabinho is. The rest of them, I mean, you don't need me to explain who Scholes,
No. Yeah.
Raul, Messi, and them are. Like
No, obviously, but
Messi's was against Espanyol. It was very similar to the hand of God. Actually, he jumped up for a header and just like pulled and shit.
fuck.
Yeah. Obviously,
Cheating bastard.
Thierry Henry's was against Ireland to keep them out of
Yeah, that was
the Euros or the World Cup that he kept them out.
It was one of the two. I'm not sure.
Yeah,
But
he wasn't that close.
he's not allowed to Ireland for that.
He's not allowed to Ireland.
I'm sure
No,
he'll be really
he
upset.
definitely would be allowed to Ireland, but a lot of people would hate him.
Yeah.
And I don't need to explain Maradona's
No.
fucking bastard.
Well, poor prick. Wow, that was
Yeah. It threw me off a lot.
It really did.
Yeah,
I didn't know what the fuck was happening.
I love that one because it went from like, who the fuck are they to, oh, it's them. It might be this, and then just a name came out of left field and
most left-footed goals.
I did actually think about doing that list.
What, most left-footed goals?
Yeah.
I was also looking at like best left-footed players of all time, or like top left-footed goal scorers or whatever. But the problem is, I found it quite obvious when I was looking at a lot of the players, because I was like, which I don't know why I didn't think that when I guessed it really, because of players like there were quite a few players when I was looking at it that from a lot of older players that weren't put down as having an official strong foot, with players like Johan Cruyff, who was most of the time touted as left-footed, but he was so both-footed, it was genuinely impossible to tell. And like Puskás was on there, and like I think Hugo Sanchez was on there. There were quite a few, but it was like really, really. I was hoping there'd be like some slightly weirder players on there, but there really wasn't. It was like really, and half of them were very obvious. Robin wasn't on.
Not top 10.
No. Neither was Salah, I don't think.
Surely Van Persie.
Career goals across time. There were. This is what I'm saying. There were so many players like that were like right up there who were very two-footed. You know.
Fair enough.
I don't know the exact stats and stuff, but when I was looking at the research, I saw Van Persie and Salah's name mentioned, but usually quite a bit lower down. I don't think I saw Robin mentioned at all, but it probably is up there. I don't know. It might be. I might be wrong with him not being in the top 10, but
most one-footed players, Robin would be probably.
Yeah. But then some of those left-footed players were so two-footed that it's kind of easier for them to do that. You know what I mean? Like for Robin to score the most left-footed goals would mean more than. Or maybe I guess most goals overall would mean more, but most left-footed goals would mean less than someone like Cruyff, who could score with anything. So I would say
solid.
Yeah, that was good.
Right.
I thought we'll have to bring that come back again at some points. It's good. Yeah. Right then.
Quiz time.
Absolutely. Your quiz this week. So if you wanna.
We're back, and it is quiz time. Time for Jamie to get his revenge. We'll see what happens.
Probably not.
I'll get battered again.
Yeah. Who knows? Buzzer noises, please, Jimmy.
No.
Okay.
Yes.
I hate me players.
You really should have thought about it before.
I hate you both.
I mean, you did tell me earlier. I think it was noise, but I was like,
I didn't.
No.
So just.
And I was like, yes, and I didn't.
Just a reminder: the buzzer noises are.
No.
Yes.
Okay, this is gonna be horrible. I hate you.
Yes.
I hate you both. Okay. Question number 1. Who is the record youngest head coach ever in the Bundesliga?
Bundesliga.
Yes. Xabi Alonso?
Incorrect.
Yes. Nagelsmann.
1-0 to Jordon.
Yeah, I remember one of the big talking points of him when he first broke through was how young he was.
28 years and 205 days. Yep. Huge. Okay. Question number 2. Already falling behind.
Oh, thank you. Didn't know that.
Just in case you didn't know that being 1-0 down means that you're behind.
Yeah.
Is that what it?
Yeah.
Alright, well. Fuck you. Which Spanish club's nickname is Los Colchoneros, which translates to English as the mattress makers? Yeah.
Yes. Girona?
Nope.
No. Bilbao?
Nope.
No. Real Vallecano?
No. You're just going to list
Spanish
at this point, probably, yeah. Yes. Real Valladolid?
No.
No. Real Betis?
No.
Yes. Deportivo?
No.
How many Spanish clubs do you know? I've already run out.
I'm trying not to think of the main ones because it's clearly not fucking Real Madrid or Atleti. It's Deportivo.
I said that.
Nope.
Oh, you did.
Yeah.
Los
Yes.
Colchoneros.
Alaves.
No.
No, that's my buzzer. No, you can't do that.
Fuck off. Come on with something better then.
No.
Okay,
But then...
Valencia.
No.
Yes, Villarreal.
No.
I'm about to just get the entire La Liga table up.
Yes, Getafe.
Nope.
Oh, I'm getting the La Liga table.
Yes.
VAR that shit. Get it. Get out.
Can't wait for that to cut out all of the noise because they're starting
Oh,
to
it
scream.
definitely will.
What's the other Spanish teams? I feel like at some point you're going to have to start giving us clues or just saying we can't get it.
Okay.
Are they still in La
It is
Liga?
yeah. Top team. Top team.
Top.
Top team, mate.
Yes,
Athletic?
Atletico Madrid.
What do you say?
Yes, Atletico Madrid.
Like it's a
We said that. They said,
close
can we
enough.
VAR that?
I buzzed in.
I said no. I
I
did
did not
say.
hear you say no.
It's because she's just loud.
Also, you said Atleti, I said Atletico Madrid. So
Oh,
I don't know, man.
might have to be that.
I mean, I feel like you're gonna have to VAR that. Cause...
Well, we'll see if it's close at the end. We'll VAR it.
Yeah. Right. Should I just give a point each then, or because I don't?
I mean, you're literally the quiz master. You have to decide that.
All right. Well, Jordan's getting a fucking point then. It's like, oh shit. Okay. So this one is a who am I question.
Yes, Devon.
3-0.
I feel like you take that point.
No.
Come on.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take the point away.
Fuck off.
Erase that question from the quiz because that was horrible. Okay, so
it's now still only 1-0.
it's only 1-0.
Bullshit.
I'm like the FIFA ref.
Number one bullshit.
Number one bullshit.
There's still 7 questions, I think. Yeah. Okay. I made my international debut for Brazil in 1993 and scored in the game. Anything? No. I played in 2 World Cup finals.
Yes, R9.
No.
Kaka? No, Kaka?
Where's the buzzer noise?
No, Kaka?
No. And my club career saw me play in Brazil, Italy, Angola, Spain, Greece, and Uzbekistan.
No, Marcelo?
Marcelo, 1993.
Fucking Greece. He played for Olympiacos.
No. Not Marcelo.
Yes, Roberto Carlos.
Nope.
93.
Scored in the game.
Which game?
In the
It was 1993.
In the game.
Played in 2 World Cup finals.
Yes, Adriano. I'm very good at thinking about that kind of time period or when that was.
No. Rubinho?
Nope.
Huh.
Oh no, because you didn't say England, did you? And he obviously went to
Brazil, Italy, Angola, Spain, Greece, Uzbekistan.
In that order?
No, not particularly.
We played in Italy and Spain.
Quite a few people.
Yeah. Brazilians.
Quite a few Brazilians.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if you know any Angolan or Uzbekistan teams.
That's I do.
That's just a gap in my knowledge, you know. I don't know why.
Is it?
Yeah.
You need to.
Yeah, I'll go on
revise that a
today
little bit,
and
don't
I will do some.
Every player I think of to guess, like I keep going, oh, them. Oh no, they've played in a country you didn't mention. That is the only countries he's played in, just to be clear.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, he's probably played in like other countries.
Have you got any other clues?
Yes, Socrates.
Any other clues? No. I can list teams. I guess I can get them up.
I mean, you might have to.
I'm like completely blanking on any Brazilian players.
Mate.
At least with that time period.
I can do a career path if you want. Just
when did he retire?
2015.
2015. So he's
been out and about for quite a while.
Played
for 14.
No, Rivaldo.
Rivaldo.
Come on!
Out of the ho.
I just pictured him in a Barca shirt.
Leveled it up as well. Ooh. Great answer.
I pulled that out of my ass. Can't lie.
You did. I was about to say it, but I want to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, that was good.
Huge.
All right. Well in.
All right.
Ball knowledge. All right. Question 4 we're on. In Spanish football, what is the Pichichi award?
Yes, best goalkeeper of the season.
Nope.
Yes, top scorer.
Bonus point if you can explain why.
Is the bonus of point only available to him?
After he gets it wrong.
I cannot.
P-Chi-Chi.
Pichichi.
Yep.
Is that like the?
Still got a point.
Is that like the founder of the league?
No. Named after Rafael Pichichi Moreno. I think it was a player. So bonus point was not awarded.
2-1.
2-1 to Jordon.
I feel like you need to have to take it in turns, otherwise you can just how loud he just talks and he will just talk over
Do better.
everybody.
All right. Next question. Which team has won the 4th most Serie A titles?
No. Juve.
No.
Yes, Napoli.
Nope.
No, AC.
Nope.
Yes, Fiorentina.
Nope.
No, Inter.
Nope.
Yes, Roma.
Nope.
I was going to guess them next.
Juve won the most with like 37.
Yeah, I know. I just figured it would be like one of them triggers.
4th most.
No,
Serie A
Parma.
Nope.
Yes, Lazio.
Nope.
That's a shout, to be fair.
Random question.
No, Udinese.
Nope.
Yeah.
We're just going through
Palermo?
the league again.
No. They still play in the Serie A now. No, getting tables up.
I never tried.
Hands.
I never tried. I'm just saying. Yes, Atalanta.
Nope. That's quite a difficult quiz. That's going to
Yes.
make you guys think.
Sampdoria.
No.
Yes, Genoa.
Genoa.
I love that that's.
Pulled it out of your
I
arms
love that
again.
that's 2 of them now. We've just gone through all the teams.
Right.
This has been a shocking quiz from us, by the way.
3-1 with 4 questions left.
This has been a shocking quiz from us.
Oh yeah, has it really?
We've both been terrible.
They've been difficult questions, to be fair. All right. In the 2022 to 2023 season.
It was last year.
Last year. Which outfield player featured in every single minute of his team's 38 games? There's only one.
Yes, Rodri.
Nope.
Yes, Kieran Trippier.
Nope.
No, Bernardo Silva.
No. There's an outfield player. Just so you don't think about keepers. I think there are 3 keepers who have, but I'm not counting them, obviously.
Like, because they're not outfield players, yeah.
I feel like I definitely know about this. It's in the Premier League, I swear it is.
Yes, Thiago Silva.
No.
Are you kidding? He was injured a lot last season.
Don't even follow his own team. Wow. I do have a hint if you want it, but
I swear.
I feel like this is really rattled.
I swear. This quiz.
It's proper. It's made me feel stupid.
Yeah. I swear it's Premier League.
We have talked about him.
It's a
No,
Premier
Declan
League team.
Rice?
Right?
Premier League team, yeah.
No, Declan Rice.
No.
Talked about.
We talked about him today.
Last season, every minute of every game.
No, Conor
For his team.
Gallagher.
It's not a top 16.
Not a top 16.
Got another hint if you need.
We talked about him today. Oh God. Oh, I feel so stupid. Yes,
Only-
Tarkovsky.
Huh?
Yes, Tarkovsky.
Tarkovsky.
Yeah, I was going to get some earlier, but I was like, no.
Oh, James Tarkovsky. Making it 4-1. You got to get these last 3 questions to level it up. They'll have to sort of tiebreaker out.
With VAR, later question.
Yeah. All right. Tony Pulis was manager of which Premier League team?
No, Stoke.
No.
Yes, Crystal Palace.
No, West Brom.
Yes.
I don't know what the question was, but
Me either,
I was going to end the season, 2014-15 season. West Brom. Okay.
I was just going through what teams he managed.
Okay. 3 people have won the World Cup as a player and a coach. Mario Zagallo, Didier Deschamps, and can you name third?
It's Deschamps.
Alright.
As a player and a coach.
Ask. Deschamps. Zagallo, Deschamps, and anyone.
Yes. Del Bosque?
Nope.
Why am I just blanking on fucking World Cup winning coaches?
Yeah. Yeah, me too.
Who won the last World Cup? France. Which was Deschamps. Did he end up
I think it was Italy.
Yes. Joachim Low?
No, he was a terrible player.
I'm just trying to think of World Cup winning coaches, to be honest. This is really bad.
It's a cheeky question.
It's a cheeky
Just because it's... I'm not going to tell you why until you get it or reveal the answer.
Right. That's good. That's fun.
It is fun, actually. Once these two struggle.
This quiz this week has been...
I can't think of any other World Cup winning coaches, I'm not going to lie.
Think back.
Is it?
yeah, no, sorry, I was thinking like this present moment.
Think back. Back. That's why it's cheeky. It's
I'm more likely to be able to think of them as a player than I am as a manager if they're before like.
Think of them as a player.
Maradona?
Nope. Think of them as a player. That's a good way to go. Think of them as a player. I can give a hint as well.
But even then, I'm trying to think of yes, Romario.
Nope. I think they've won the Ballon d'Or.
No, Cruyff?
Nope. Let me check if they have.
That's
sure
top tier hint if they
yeah,
have.
because that'll be a bit of a shit. In the Ballon d'Or.
Hey, Devin, show me time on your phone real quick.
Yes, Platini.
No.
It's a shout, to be fair.
Yes, Maldini.
No.
You won. He ever really coached?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think.
Four Ballon d'Ors.
Four
Ballon d'Ors.
Way beyond that. Way before our time. Just think.
Yes, Di Stefano.
No. Come on, you're missing one player.
No.
You're there. You can get it. Nope. You can get it. I can give you the time period if you want.
I don't think Puskas won it as a player or a.
I'll give you the time period when he won it, the Ballon d'Or.
Didn't Bulgaria win like the one?
Why can't I think of who's won 4 Ballon d'Ors?
He won 4 Ballon d'Ors in the 70s.
Yes,
no,
Pele?
Nope.
You know we weren't born in the 70s.
No, that's why I'm saying it's cheeky, because it's during the time, but come on. You got it. When I say the name, if you don't get it, you'll be like, oh, fuck.
So he was a player in the 70s?
He played in the...
Yes, Zico.
No. He was playing in the 70s.
I can't think of anyone who won 4 Ballon d'Ors. And I really should be able to, because that seems like something that should be...
It really does, doesn't it? Like...
That feels like knowledge I should just have. That many, at least. And it's going to be someone really obvious like that as well.
It was 3 or 4, so it's,
3 or 4.
Because the way they put this is kind of weird.
Oh.
Come on. I can give you the years that he won it, both as a player and a manager if you want.
Yeah, sure.
He won it as a player in 1974 and as a manager in 1990.
So it's Brazilian, right? I'm sure it was Brazil in those two. It was Italian 90, and I'm sure that was when I'm sure that was when Brazil won it. And I'm sure Brazil won both 70 and 74 in a row. Because both of them were Pele. But I'm trying to think of what other players do. Yes, Socrates?
Didn't you already guess him?
No, that was for a different one.
He isn't Brazilian.
He isn't Brazilian? Are we just stupid then?
Yes.
Who won those World Cups?
You are stupid.
Was he managing Brazil?
Must have been Italy then, no?
No. There's another team that you just haven't even thought about.
So, hold on.
Another nationality. Come on.
So we just haven't thought about it all?
Yeah.
Huh?
It's European.
European? Fucking...
Yeah, come on. Obviously it's not England.
I'm so lost.
Come on.
Come
on, it's right there.
I'm so
incredibly lost.
I'm so incredibly
Rack the brain.
lost.
Come on.
It's really not right there.
It's European. What? What? I don't understand. This has broken me. This is... This is cruelly broken me.
So it's European.
He's won it 3 times, the Ballon d'Or. Doesn't really help you, but come on. I can give you the teams he's played for, but that might give it away.
I feel so stupid right
I think a nationality would help at this point because clearly we're not getting that either.
Germany.
Okay, well, you say we haven't mentioned.
No, Lothar Matthäus?
I stopped thinking about Germany. Yes, Beckenbauer.
What? Come on! He's won it with that. Franz Beckenbauer.
I feel like I just gave you that with Matthäus.
With Matthäus, you did.
No,
Did you say any German
Beckenbauer was
players
the first
before
one I
that?
would think of. Yeah, so Joachim Löw.
Yeah, he said Joachim Löw, who was like actually a very terrible player.
But I could only think of
and then you moved
Germany
on from
winning it
Germany,
recently.
yeah. That's why I said it was shaky, but it was Beckenbauer, come on.
I can't believe it just didn't come to my mind at all. He's literally like probably the second best defender of all time, and he just didn't come into my brain whatsoever.
Maldini?
Yeah.
I completely forgot he even fucking coached Germany.
Rough.
I didn't know he ever coached Germany. I said I was going to absolutely go off them as a player, but I can't believe it took us that long to think of Beckenbauer.
We weren't even thinking fucking Europe.
The thing is, I knew he'd won the Ballon d'Or, but I didn't know he'd won it.
Yeah, 3 times.
3 times.
That's mental for a defender.
Yeah. I mean, he wasn't real, but
Yeah.
I can do the last question if you want.
Might as well.
In what year did the UEFA Cup change its name to the UEFA Europa League?
It was not that long ago. No, 07.
No.
Yes, 08.
No.
No, 10. 09.
Yes, 2011.
No, 09.
09.
It was the look when I looked back over
you didn't buzz. You just went,
I didn't. 1 point again.
5-3 actually, but that's disregarding the.
It wasn't 1 point
VAR
last time. It was like 6-3.
Even if you won
or
the
6-4.
It was 1 point last time.
Huh?
It was
1 point last time.
It wasn't. It was 6-4.
It was because you.
It was 6-3 or 6-4.
You clearly won
Might
it.
still have the score of it. Hold on.
You won it,
and then you came back.
and then I
2 behind.
got the
I'm pretty
last
sure it was
2
6-4.
questions to only lose by 1.
It was 5-3 last time, and it was 5-3 this time.
So I was wrong with both, but
Yeah,
it was still by 2. So
and the VAR question just doesn't really.
I definitely said it before you.
Yeah, it just means you lose by 1 less.
Yeah,
or you win by 1 more. So I'm happy with that quiz.
I was.
Awful.
That was
really through.
That was I've done some very humiliating things in my life, both by choice and fought against me, and that's top 5, I think.
Good. That's all I was hoping for.
What a way to. Well,
you right?
You've broken us. Have you seen what you've done to us? This is what you've done to us. I think I gave about 40 answers for that quiz.
Yeah. We can count them.
So like 9 questions. Or 10 questions.
Joachim Löw.
He was a terrible player.
He was.
I don't remember him ever being a player.
Exactly.
Kaká, never been a manager. Probably.
I guess Kaká for that one?
Was Kaká not for the one before that?
I was going to say, I don't think I guess Kaká.
So we answered so many things, you're not even sure what questions we answered.
I guess Kaká for the one where it was Rivaldo.
Yeah, you got Rivaldo as well. That was sick.
Were you ever going to get Rivaldo?
Maybe eventually if I remembered he existed like I did with Beckenbauer. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm proud of the Rivaldo answer.
You won and you're still damaged. The real winner is me. Let's go with that, right?
Fuck you.
Alright.
That's why.
Well, let me know how you did with the quiz if you did that. You definitely did better than these two.
If you didn't do better than us, then seriously, shame on you.
Yeah,
I feel at that point.
Either way, though, thank you for watching.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Spotify and also on TikTok and Instagram where we post like clips and stuff.
Under off dot.
It's all under Off the Bar podcast, and some way it'll be in the podcast description and stuff.
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah. I'm gonna give these time to recover. Looks like.
I'm gonna go curl up in a ball. I think.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.